Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Fabulous. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with sort of a review of the young women, the women who are in the house, and with for me, a special emphasis. The first one on my list is Maggie, the white home girl, and what closes with the women who are the best photos and the women who are leaving the house, with a special emphasis on the white homegirl. If you guessed America's Next Top Model, Season 24, Episode 2, Beauty is Los Angeles, you're correct. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. I'm Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Let us proceed. So, we got kind of like a recap of some of the women who are in the house. We got Maggie. She's the one who characterized herself as the white home girl, and I am like, no, she's from Maine. I'm just not understanding the shtick. I don't understand. Then we got Sandra. She's brown. We got Cora. She's short hair. She's dark brown. Some would say black. She looked unambiguously of African descent. We got Brindy K. She looks like she comes, like some people, I don't like to call anybody trash, but she looks like a poorer white woman. She's had no support, or bad support from her mom. We meet Liz. She's blonde, so I'm still trying to get oriented to who's who. When you're dealing with 15 different people, that's still a lot of people for me to meet and know, so I don't know everybody. And then we have a video from Tyra. Rio, who's one of the brown contestants, says she's afraid of heights. They're going to Venice Beach, and skateboarders, and they're going to be working with a walking coach, Miss Stacy. And Stacy, now, is she albino? She has like an unusual coloration. We've seen her before in the fashion world, and we've probably seen her on Top Model or something like that, but she's definitely a recognizable face. But she's long legs, especially in that short jacket dress and them high heels. She just legs for days. Legs, Miss Stacy. So they do some walking coaching. Erin, the woman who's 42, who had really just been really proud of her walk before, she talks again about how much she loves her walk. She knows she can walk. Liz's walk, I'm like, no. Then we have Gina. She's confident even though she's short. Then we have Ivana, and she's curvy, and everybody does a little walking. And then we find out that there is going to be a runway show, like right now. We going in the hair and makeup. Y'all thought y'all was just coming from for a coaching session? No, we about to have a runway walk right now. Right there on the spot at the practice session. So it's going to be a narrow runway with skateboarders skating around them. So the ladies go into hair and makeup. Stacy tries to give a bit of love to Ivana. Now, Ivana was like a curvy woman who, if I remember correctly, you could tell her walk, she looks like insecure. And so Stacy is, kind of pulls her aside, or is chit-chatting with her, and she's like, you are gorgeous, you are beautiful, and you are here for a reason. So, own that, walk like it. She trying to big up her, which is sweet. We find out that the winner of this particular challenge gets to walk in a New York Fashion Week show, which is like wonderful. That's exciting. Erin is so proud of her walk. So this is the second time I'm writing in a whole nother context. So this is an ongoing theme. And that Cora is striking. I mean, not just because her skin color stands out compared to everybody else. She's like, the only dark one there. But just, she's just striking. I really just do not understand the whole homegirl thing with Miss Maggie. Like, it was just very confusing to me. She must have said something else, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Then we have Christiana. She wins. She's over 30 and she's curvy. So yay for the over 30 curvy non-traditional model. At least you winning on Top Model, right? Then we have Brindy K. And she's the one who comes from like the young white woman who comes from a poor background. So they're back at the house, and she is going off because I guess she went in the refrigerator and found an apple that someone had bitten into, maybe a bite or two, and then they put it in the refrigerator. And she's like, who did this? This is too nice a place. You know, we not gonna have this no more. I'm not cleaning up after y'all folks. You know, and she just like kind of going off a little bit, and folks are kind of like, well, it's because she missed her mark in the skateboard fashion show. There were a couple of women who missed their mark. You know, when you're doing something new, it's a lot on your mind. The TV cameras are there. You know, anybody is liable to mess up, but a couple of them messed up, and she was one of them. So they think she going off because of that. But I'm like, well, who does? I mean, why? Maybe the person who bit it put it in the refrigerator so they could eat it later. Because I'm like, I don't understand. Okay, so then we have a photo shoot with the final 15. And yesterday the theme was talking about LA beach life. And today the theme is LA celebrity lifestyle. So they're going to be transformed into bohemian baby mamas. We find out that Raya, I think she's one of the brown women, I can't remember, but she's not able to have children. For a couple of the people, the photo shoot brings up some, you know, some emotions and some feelings, you know, motherhood, and, you know, I guess pregnancy is like, you know, intense like that for a lot of women. Maggie is not comfortable. She's not bringing it. She's like, she doesn't want to touch the baby bump. You know, the artistic director isn't comfortable, you know, isn't happy with what she's doing. And you know, I think she feels like it's the opposite of her, you know, image. You know, like her image, she feels is like hard and edgy, and being a pregnant woman is like the opposite of that or whatever. And I was kind of surprised because I thought she would excel at, you know, being, you know, a baby mama, you know, being the homegirl and all, but she's not feeling it. And then we have Erin. She's on set crying, and she says, you know, one of the 15, one of the other women is like, you know, you are here to shoot. You are not here to cry, in a little interview thing. And Miss Erin feels like, you know, this whole thing with pregnancy and whatever is a tribute to her because she's a mother and she's just overcome with emotion. Okay, so then we have Gina, and they're like, you know, she's bringing it as a MILF, you know, like a, you know, they say MILF is mom, I'd like to F, and they like, she not even a mom. But I guess that's how you're supposed to bring it, because she ain't even a mom, so she should look very effable if that's what you look, you know, whatever. But she's bringing it sexy, whatever, haha. Then Brindy K, we find out, has a physically abusive ex that caused her to miscarry, I think when she was 18. I'm like, that's a lot of, you know, being 18, being in an abusive relationship, having a miscarriage. That's a lot of stuff, you know, for a young woman to handle. And I know it's a lot of young women, 16, 20, who have gone through a lot of that stuff. But y'all, that's a lot of different layers of stuff. So when she's in her photo shoot, she's trying not to be emotional. And so the person who's like the artistic director is like, she's given this weird blank stare, you know, like she's not connected. You know, they're not really happy with it, but she doesn't break down and tell them what's going on. And then back at the house, we're back at the house, and we have Tyra Mel, and there's going to be a panel. We know that was coming. When we get to the panel, Tyra is wearing like this headpiece thing. And she makes a disclaimer that she and America's Next Top Model do not condone teen pregnancy, although pregnancy and motherhood is beautiful and wonderful. The first woman's photos, I don't remember who it was, but I didn't like the photos. Then Raya, she comes up and her face is really beautiful in the photos. Then Rio, I like the shot, like the graphics. She had these big earrings, and it was like dark brown clothing, and then her light brown stomach, and it was like graphic lines and bold, and I just really like the imagery of it, and the robe, and you know, everything. And then Liv is our drunken love girl. Liv or Liz, but anyway, she's our drunken love girl, and I liked her on the ladder, but they felt that she wasn't fun enough when she was shooting. Like, her personality is very fun, and she didn't bring that to set. And And then somebody's photo, they like, you know, they didn't like it. It wouldn't go viral. It might go up on the fridge. I'm like, dang. Liz, she looks hard in person, but they like shot after shot after shot after shot that she did. And then somebody, they talk about their pointy toe and how fabulous and wonderful that is. Shanice doesn't look comfortable in the picture. They say Brindy, you know, it's like a side picture, but you can only see one of her legs, and then one of her arms seems to be coming out from like behind. So it does look odd, like she has one leg and one half arm, and you know, it's an awkward looking picture. It looks like a struggle picture. Like she looks like a young poor white woman. Like, you know, if I was doing a piece on like the Appalachians, she looks like that would be a good picture for it or something. They're saying, you know, she doesn't know her angles and she often looks masculine. And you know, somebody else, she looks scared in the face, and two of them really don't like it, and then two of them really do like it. And she's the one who had said earlier, I can't remember her name, but in her interview, they're like, well, we don't like, you know, she's like, I'm a model, and somebody's like, well, I don't like you, and she's like, well, you know, I've learned in being out here in the world that some people don't like you, and I don't like some people. So that's her. I can't remember her name. But, you know, she had mixed reviews in terms of her picture. They say that Kura, they like the picture, I think. In person, though, they feel that she's lacking confidence and that her name is Kura. And if they could transform it into courage, like adding the G and the E, then she would be, like, super fierce, because she's just super fierce. But she's not bringing that, you know I'm the stuff, you know, in person. And then Maggie, the white man says that, you know, she's white picket fence, and then the black women, you try to be homegirl. You know, I think what it is, I don't know, but I think one of the women earlier had said that she was talking to them in a certain way, and they were like, I think basically it seemed like what the black woman was saying is that I think she's trying to talk to me black, but that's not really how I talk, so I don't really understand. She just trying to, you know, give me this stereotype of black, but I'm not really getting into that because that's not really my thing. And you know, so I think that's where they're going with it. But you know, they tell her to just be you, and I'm like, yeah, because, you know, yeah. So then we come to, you know, where they're in judging, and they're gonna give us the best photos, who won and who's going home and whatever. And the best photo is Kura. Yay. I didn't really like her, the position of her hands. I wouldn't have picked that shot, but yay, I'm still happy. Blackity black. And then Rio, then Aaron, then Gina, then Christiana, then Christina, then Liz, that's the drunk blonde, and then somebody, then Rhea, then somebody, then Shanice, thank God, then Sandra, and then it's down to the bottom two, and it's Brindy K and Maggie. And I was kind of like, at the very beginning, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want Brindy K to go home, because I feel like she was living in her car, and I really believe it, and I just feel bad for her. But I didn't want any of the black women to go home, so I reserved my prayer until the end. When I saw that it was Brindy K and Maggie, I'm like, bye Maggie, I hope you go home. Is that wrong? But anyway, yeah, homegirl, go on home. White homegirl put carbling. I don't know what that means, but Maggie ends up going home. So, you know, they say that they want, you know, I think that the panel even felt the way that I felt, like between the two. I don't know really whose picture was worse or whatever, but I think that they kind of feel like they don't want to send this child out, you know, back to her car, you know, because she seems, I don't know. But that was it. That was America's Next Top Model. It was a good episode. I think next week is makeovers, and we're going to get to know the women and, you know, their personalities and the dynamics. And it's America's Next Top Model. So I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Like, comment, subscribe, share. All of your likes and comments are really a blessing for me. Every view is a blessing. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being fabulous you. And you know what you got to do for the rest of the day, right? Just be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Yay!